Hi guys, I'm Scott Bogey. I did an interview with Tyrone Mckenna ahead of his main event fight against Mohamed Mimoune. Enjoy. How do you
Yeah,
feel ahead of that fight?
I like the name Scotty Bogey. I like it. I've never heard that name before, but pretty great. I'm obviously retired in January or
Yeah,
this December, and I thought that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted to be retired, and I was looking forward to that. But then when I actually did retire, I felt like when I was boxing, I felt like I was missing a lot. I was missing all the fun that everyone's having. And then when I retired, I realized everyone works, everyone's got families, and I was just sitting in the house bored the fuck for the whole week. Um, and it just got monotonous and boring. And I'm trying. It made me realize me retiring made me realize how much I love boxing and coming back. I've got a new drive. I've I fell in love with boxing again basically. So I'm feeling great. My camps went unbelievable. I'm fit. I'm back being skinny. Um, and I'm feeling good. I'm excited for a war. I mean, I love wars. I love fights. I love
yeah.
that's who I am. So I'm excited to get back in the ring and do what I love.
And when you were retired, was there a part of you that was like, I shouldn't go back, I should move into more of a coaching role? Or did you just know you're going to get back into the ring?
I kind of did know. Like I'm very impulsive, and when I got beat by Lewis Crocker, I mean I retired within 6 hours. That
Yeah,
morning, people up and seen that I retired. So I think it was just an impulsive decision. I didn't really think of it. I didn't let the emotions settle or the dust settle on my emotions. I just let them dictate how I felt. And when the dust did settle, I was like, fuck, should I have even done that? I should have never been up at welterweight at the start. Um, but I just kind of got lazy at the end of my first career, as you called. And I just thought, fuck, I'll just move up weight. And I fought nothing of it. But when I was in the ring with Lewis Crocker, he was a stone heavier than me in the ring. And afterward, I should have realized that and said, I'm not retiring. I'm going to move back down to my original weight and take it serious. But I think retiring was a blessing in disguise. As I said, it made me realize how much I love boxing. It's made me dedicate myself more. Of I'm excited to get back in the ring again. I was really, as I said, falling out of love with boxing at the end of my career. And now I'm back loving it again. I'm loving everything about it. I'm loving the training. I'm loving the training camp. Um, I'm loving the buzz of the city about me fighting again. So, yeah, buzz.
and you're against Mohamed Mamin.
Yep.
Um, this was actually a rematch. The whole card is, I think it's like repeat or revenge. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any bad blood between you two?
Loads of bad blood, but don't like each other. I mean, we fought before, obviously. It was probably one of my most entertaining fights. It was 10 round war. We had an unbelievable fight, regardless of what people think about the decision. It was an unbelievable fight.
Yeah,
There was 10 rounds of action. It was 10 rounds back and forth, and it was one of my most entertaining fights. And obviously, it was dampened on by the scandal that everyone was saying was a robbery and I should have won, which I believe I should have won. I think when people were watching it, when I watched it, I won the first 4 or 5 rounds. Just I just won them. And then the next 4 rounds, he absolutely battered me. But he didn't put me down, so it was still 10-9
yeah.
rounds, you know what I mean? And then the last round I went out and I won. So I believe I won 6-4. But obviously people see the 4 rounds where he beat me up and say, oh, he got beat. But that's fair enough. I feel it's a blemish on my record and I've always wanted to revisit it. So when I decided I am coming back, Jamie asked me, who do you want to fight? And I said, there's one man I want to fight, and that's Mimoune. I want to put it to bed that I beat him fair and square the first time, and I'm going to do it again. I'm a man that fights for the people, fights for the fans. And this this is one of the only fights where fans didn't get behind me after they said I didn't think I won or whatever. So as a man of my word saying that I'll fight for the fans, I'm going to give him another chance and see how he gets. But I dislike him massively. He dislikes me massively. I've had 4 years of abuse from him.
Yeah.
He slated me online. He's got people that rate me online. He's got Roy Jones Jr. and other big figures that they're to do videos slate me. He's he's criticized every fight that I've been in since then. He's he phoned me about a month ago, and I don't know where he got my number from. But he phoned me. He doesn't speak a word of English, but he phoned me and just started calling me pussy, pussy, pussy. I started arguing back with him. We don't like it. There's a genuine dislike. If he thinks he got robbed, he should be disliking the judges, not me. But fuck him. I'll beat him again. I'll beat him well worse this time.
And do you feel like that last fight was for the international lightweight title? Do you
Hmm.
feel like this fight, just because there's so much bad blood between you two, it's possibly an even bigger fight now?
Yeah, I do. I think it is a bigger fight. I think the first time I fought, I was relatively inexperienced. I was kind of getting my name up in the boxing circles in the UK, but I wasn't as established as now. I think it was a fight of the year contender, my last fight with him, so people realized what they're getting this time round. Last time round, they didn't know if it was going to be a good fight or not, so they wouldn't have tuned in. But this one, they're going to tune in and know what's coming. There's bad blood there. I love a war. He wants a war. And it's just going to be standing inside the ring and trading.
And I know you were talking about it briefly beforehand. So was the plan always to get back into the ring and fight him, or did you just say, "I'm going to go back in. Who's available for me to fight?"
No, my manager actually suggested three or four different names. He didn't mention Mimoune, and I said no, I want Mimoune. This is the man I want. He was like, you don't need to fight him again. You beat him once, you don't need to beat him again. I said, look, I feel it's a blemish, as I said.
Yeah.
I want to come back and I want to fight him again. It's a fight I've always wanted to revisit. Um, like I. The other fights that were offered to me would have probably been easier, much easier fights. They were for titles, but that doesn't interest me. What interests me is a fight for the fans, as I said, and this is a fight that I feel has been left of unfinished business, and I've always wanted to revisit it. I said it, and when retired, it's kind of something that not kept me up at night, but it's something that played in my mind. I was like, I wish I had to just give a one more rattle and give him a fight again. And so when I went back, decided I'd come back out of retirement, I said I want Mamoon. I don't want anyone else. I want Mamoon over here. I want him in front of the Irish fans. I want him in front of my home Belfast fans. And I want to beat the fuck out of him.
And you're saying that you're wanting to prove to everyone that that first fight wasn't a fluke. However, is there
Mm.
a part of you that wants to just prove it to yourself that you're going to go in there and
No,
you're going to get that knockout?
I genuinely, I genuinely wholeheartedly believe I won that first fight. Yes, he did beat me for 4 rounds, and I'll say it that in every interview he handled me for 4 rounds. But winning 4 rounds doesn't win your fight.
Yeah.
Even if I would nicked 6 rounds, I still nicked 6 rounds, and that's how I won the fight. I was up and toes, just boxing ahead of him. He wasn't touching me for them 6 rounds and 4 rounds. Yes, he got to me, but he couldn't. He didn't win the fight. He didn't finish me. He didn't put me down. He didn't hurt me. So no, I don't need to prove nothing to myself. I just, as I said, I'm a man of the people, and the people want this fight. The people get this fight.
And do you feel like potentially knowing that he's coming in wanting to prove everyone wrong, that could play a part in the favor of you because he's thinking, I need to get a stoppage. I need to prove to people that
Yeah,
that first fight was a fluke.
100%. That's what I've thought. I've heard rumors and uh things around along the grapevine, and I believe he's going to be coming for a knockout. He's going to come in to try and stop me and not leave it to judges this time. I mean, the last time he said it was a hometown decision. I can't see how it's a hometown decision in a different country from
Yeah.
myself, but um, so it was an absolute stupid thing for him to say. But listen, I know he's coming over here thinking, right, if it's any way close, I'm getting robbed or I'm not going to get the decision. So he's going to be out there to try and stop me and try and hurt me and try and finish a fight within the 10 rounds. And I'm fully aware of that. And I think it's going to be his downfall. Everyone that has watched me before knows I love a war. I live for war. So
Yeah.
um, it's no fear of me him coming to be aggressive and trying to hurt up. He'll make mistakes. He'll be silly. He'll lose his head because obviously the hate is there. It's been 4 years playing in his mind. I've lived rent free in his mind for 4 years. So he's coming with the wrong attitude, I believe, and the wrong
And
game plan. A game plan that won't see him win the fight. A game plan where, like, I don't know where he's getting this idea where he thinks he can stop me. I mean, if a man that punches like Lewis Crocker a weight above me, a stone above me on the
yeah,
night, doesn't knock me out, how the fuck is Mimoune, who's got 3 or 4 knockouts, going to knock me out? You know what I mean? So he's thinking all about this wrong.
and do you feel like, yes, you were not successful in that weight change, but do you feel like that has helped you build up
Mm,
that strength so you'll be able to take the
yeah.
punches a bit more?
The last time I fought him, I wasn't as big as I am now. I'm not. I was actually. It was a very short camp the last time I had him. I had left Danny Vaughan and went to new coach Pete Taylor and only had 7 weeks with him. So I had 7 week camp for that fight, which is not enough for a fight. This time I've been with Pete for 4 years. I'm a completely different boxer than he last fought. I've learned a lot in the last 4 years. I've been in massive fights, Prograde, fucking O'Hare Davies, Jose Felix. There's been a lot of big fights that I've been in. Whereas he's only had 3 fights in the last 4 years. Um, so I'm a completely different fighter than he remembers. Um, and I just feel like it's going to be an easier night for me.
Yeah, exactly. And how has the training camp for this fight been? Like, how does a normal week look to you?
Well, that's training camp. I obviously was coming out of retirement, so I think it was like 13 or 12 weeks out. It was official that I was fighting. So I flew to Thailand straight away. Went to Batong Gym, or is there Batong Gym? I went there, trained with my second coach, Conor McBride. I was unbelievable. Three and a half weeks out there. I really put in, lost a lot of weight. I had to go out there, feel the zone in to get out of the mentality of being retired. I was in a retired mentality, and I needed something to shock the system. So I went out there for 3.5 weeks, and I'd done the job. I lost a lot of weight out there. I got fit out there. It's an unbelievable place to train. There's unbelievable coaches out there, and everything you kind of dream of it for a training camp. Then when I came home, it was fresh. I was later. I was fitter, and the camp's been unbelievable with Pete. Um, I can't fault this comp. There's nothing. I thought when it started it was 82 kilos. Like fuck me, am I even going to make weight? I was really worried about that, but I've been like this is the strictest I've ever been for a training camp because I was so worried about making weight. I
Yeah.
haven't drank in 13 weeks. I think that's the longest stint of off drink I've had since I was 17 years old. So I've been dedicating my life 24/7 for the last 13, 12 weeks. And I feel like I feel like I'm in the best shape I've ever been mentally and physically.
And what was it that actually brought you into the game? I know a lot of people have spoke about how boxing was a way of getting their anger out a bit illegally and has helped them with their demons. What was it that brought you into the game?
Like the amateur getting an amateur.
Yeah,
Well, see, I'm from in West Belfast. I mean, in England or around Ireland, you would have people around Ireland going to GA clubs. You'd have people in England going to soccer clubs. In West Belfast, especially, there's just a boxing club in every street. There's there's maybe 28 boxing clubs within a 3 mile radius of my house. So every single person in the district in the States has boxed once one time in their life. So it's just a natural progression is to go to is when you're growing up in West Belfast, you go to a boxing club to learn to fight. And I was no different. My dad sat me down to the boxing club, and I fell in love with it. And then he bought me a pair. I needed a pair of boxing gloves or boots for my first fight,
yeah.
and I asked him for them. He said, "Look, if I buy these boxing boots, this is a week's wage. You're not allowed to leave for a year." And as much as I wanted to leave that year, I couldn't because I was scared of my dad beat me up. So. So the year came, and by the end of the year, I was winning everything. I was beating everyone. I was Irish champion. I said, "Fuck, I'm actually good at this." So stuck at it. But as I said, boxing is Belfast is boxing. Like everyone loves boxing in Belfast. It's West Belfast especially. It's our sport. It's a sport where everyone goes to, every single kid. And because there's so much of a high demand influx of people coming to boxing club, if you're the best out of your whole estate or your whole area, you're unbelievable because
Yeah.
there's that much talent in that gym. And I was the best in the area. So I just that's and again as well with Anthony Kakachi, world champion, he was living up the street with me for me, or down the street from me. And from about 7 or 8 years old, me and him have been boxing outside his garden. Punched in the head, each other with Cleto Ray, 8 ounce gloves on since we were 8 years old. And then when the boxing club, when we were old enough to go to the boxing club, we went to the boxing club. So yeah, as I said, it's just a natural thing in West Belfast to be a boxer.
And this fight obviously is in Belfast. How do you feel having that hometown crowd? Are they a bit? Are you happy to be fighting again in front of that crowd?
I love it. I think if you watch me fade away, I never fade as good as I do when I'm in Belfast. I fought in Dubai, wasn't a packed crowd, didn't I boxed all right. O'Hara Davies against behind closed doors. I hated that. I hated that kind of. I hate being away from a crowd. The crowd is an extra lift I need in boxing every time. I mean, obviously I'm in wars all the time, so you do get hurt, and when you do get hurt, the crowd roaring to spur you on is something you need. And as I said, I fight for the fans, and I fight like that lifts me up every single time. It drives me, it turns me into a new fighter, a different fighter, and I want to win in front of my home crowd. I want to be getting beat. I want to wake up next day and have to walk down to the fucking bar and hide my face in the back. I want to be proud and say, look, I'm rapping West Belfast, and I do West Belfast proud every single time.
And do you feel like with having the home crowd advantage, the fans kind of pick you up at times in the fight?
100%. I mean, there's times where I mean, if you watch my Jack Catterall fight, the crowd lifted me up on a canvas 2 or 3 times. And I give it a hell run at the end of that fight. Um, they always do. The feeling inside me walking out a packed arena of people that I know of West Belfast or Belfast team for that matter. It fills me with serious pride. And then hearing the kids of the area who know you and look up to you and they'll say, "Ah, Tyrone Mckenna, he's a boxer," and like that fills you with serious pride. So it's something I want to make people proud, make my city proud every single time. Um, and yeah, it's something that I love, and I wouldn't want to fight anywhere else in the world.
And you've been able to, throughout your career, been able to pick up titles. I know you've been able to pick up the super lightweight international title.
Mhm.
How does it feel like getting that belt around your waist?
You know what? It's unbelievable. Like I fought a lot of hard fights, a lot of hard fights for no titles. Um, where I shouldn't have probably took the fights without a title being on line because they're pointless. You should be taking hard fights for titles, but I always took them just because the fans wanted them. Maybe it's my downfall taking fights because of the fans, but as I said, I love the fans. But when I first got a WBC belt wrapped around my waist, it's like fuck me, this is what I've been missing. It's unbelievable. You don't realize how much the belts make you proud, make you feel until you get one. And then I've obviously got 2 or 3 more after that, and every single time you're just it's just it's just a sense of achievement that you can go home with
Yeah.
something. You can go home, you can put it in the mantelpiece, you can show it off. You go around to your primary school, your secondary school, your boxing clubs, your area. Take a picture of people with the belt, and it's something that it kind of solidifies and you can talk about for years to come. And there's a belt sitting in my house. It's framed, and I'm very proud of it.
So do you actually get to keep the actual belt when you win it, or do you get like a replica?
Yeah, well, the only one you get a replica is the British belt because it's worth quite a bit of money. You have to win that 3 times to get the real one. But all the rest, you get the keep. So one's framed in my house. and then one's framed in my boxing club. So yeah, and there's another one just sitting there in the house. But yeah, hopefully plenty more to come.
Yes, exactly. And do you feel like when you win that belt, that's you as a champion, or was it when you got that first title defense?
No, I think there's more pressure when you're going out to win it. Because you're looking at the belt, you obviously see the belt in the way, and or the fighters meetings and stuff. The belt's sitting there, and you're like, "Fuck, I'd love to have it back in the house." Um, so it's that kind of pressure, like, "Fuck, I need that," and then when do you get it, you're champion. So obviously, there's still the pressure there. You still want to defend your belts, but
Yeah,
once I get one belt, I'm just looking ahead to the next belt. I want a bigger belt. I want a better belt. So I'm just now one of my best friends, Kakachi, a childhood friend that I've grew up with since I was 7. Um, him winning that IBF world title, it's really fucking spurred me on. It's really inspired me. Um, I mean, he's from the same street as me, so a man from the same street can win that belt. Why can't I aim for that? So all my sights are on a world title now.
exactly. And this is like you're saying, you have gone back down to 140. Do you
Yep.
feel like this is where you're just going to stay now? You're not going to try to go back up to 147?
1 billion%. I mean, I should never have been above 147. Do you know what happened? I got married and had my honeymoon after the prograde fight, and I let loose way too much on the honeymoon. And then I came back and I was like, I'm pretty heavy, and I was like, I could be bored making welterweight again. So I had one fight at welter, and I thought, fuck. Well, it was against Chris Jenkins, who, like myself, was a blown up light welter. So it wasn't really actually like I was fighting the welterweight. I was fighting the light welter, and I thought, oh, I suit this weight. It's easier for me to weight or make, and I feel good fighting at it. But then when I actually went in with a proper welterweight and Lewis Crocker, he was a stone heavier than me going into the fight. He was huge compared to me, and I thought, fuck, I'm not a welterweight. I'm a super lightweight. I don't make. I obviously it struggles to make super lightweight, but so does everyone. Um, I think it was just getting lazy, as I said, and was kind of falling out of love with the sport and just what stuff was like. I was inactive for a year and a half before Lewis Crocker, and that would really annoy me. Like 3 fights fell through, and that's what was grinding me down and make me fall out of love with boxing, and that's why I just moved up and I was just sick of it, and I was just like, "Fucking, I'm retiring." But now I took, as I said, took retirement to realize that I love boxing and I'm back eating clean, very healthy, extremely strict. The way camp should be and the way camp was years ago. So I think I've really rolled back the years now, and I feel like a new man. I feel so fresh and feel so hungry for world titles.
And do you feel like a part of the game that people don't really see is keeping into that weight category, even outside of the fights? I know there is a MMA fighter, Paddy Pimlet, who does after his fights just get absolutely massive afterwards, and then when it gets to the fights, he just knuckles down and makes the weight.
Yeah.
Do you,
I don't think, I know a lot of people say, oh, you need to live life outside camp, but listen, we're human at the end of the day. We enjoy the same things everyone else enjoys. We enjoy bad food. We enjoy drinking. I enjoy not going to the gym. I mean, the gym's a job to me. It's fucking
yeah,
hard. And it's twice a day. And it's not like your average person, oh, I like going to the gym. You aren't doing what we're doing. We're training our bodies off to make, and we're training our bodies off with barely any food in us because we're making it. So people don't understand how hard boxing is. And on our downtime, on my downtime, I want to relax. I want to go on holiday. I want to eat shit. I want to drink.
yeah.
So, but just I believe when you do get in the camp, you do get a fight. You need 12 weeks or 10 weeks. You need to knuckle down. You need to be 100%. No cheating, no cutting corners, no none of that. Dad like a professional and training like a professional. And that's what I do, and I'm sure that's what Paddy Pimblett does as well. I mean, he always makes weight, so and he always puts on a good show, as do I. So, I don't think outside camp people should be judging because I mean, there's even people that are strict outside camp, and then you'd be afraid your head be goes because you've been dieting all year round. You can't diet all year round. You can't train like your body's off all year round. There's a reason you peak, and there's a reason you have to take breaks, or injuries, things like that. So now outside camp, I'll still enjoy myself, but when I'm in camp, I'll be 100%.
That sounds great. Do you have a prediction how this fight's going to go?
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of Mimoune. Um, I'm not enjoy. I think I'm gonna knock him out. I know I don't have loads of knockouts on my record. I've about 6 or 7, I forget what it is, but I just feel like he's going to make a lot of mistakes. I feel like he's going to rush himself and he's going to walk into a massive punch. I ain't going out with intentions to hurt this guy. Um,
Yeah.
and I believe I'm going to finish him.
So do you believe that he's just going to go out there, make that mistake, and just walk into that punch?
Yeah, he's going to make mistake after mistake, and I'm going to be countering. I'm going to be hurting him. I don't want this fight to go 10 rounds. I don't want him crying and saying, "Oh, it was a robbery again." I don't want he cried for 4 fucking years. I don't want to hear him crying for 4 more. So I'm going out to put out a statement to say Tyrone McKenna is back. I just knocked out my moon, and there's no robbery this time. It was done in the distance.
And when are you wanting to get back into the ring after this? Do you think this will be the last time we see you this year, and we'll see you next year? Do you think that'll be
As
your
soon
career?
as as soon as I mean, as I said, I'm 34, so as soon as possible, as soon as this fight's over, I'll take a week break and then I'm back in the gym and I want to be as active as possible until I end of my career. I mean, as you say, you don't have forever in this game. I'm in wars after wars, so I want to be active as much as possible. I don't want them a year and a half layoff again. I want to be out before Christmas. I want another big fight and then 1 or 2 more fights, 1 or 2 more wins, and let's challenge for a world title. I mean,
Well,
even the people at my weight, the world champions at my weight, I fancy my chances with most of them. Pitbull Cruz, Ismail Barossa, or whatever he's called, that beat Bahar Davies. I'd knock him out, no sweat. Pitbull Cruz, and who else is there? Don't know who else there is, but any of them, I honestly believe I'm better than most of them.
that sounds great, and good luck for that fight. If you are in the Belfast area around August 3rd, make sure you get tickets for the event. It will be fantastic. If you
Yep.
can't, make sure you watch it. It's going to be a fantastic night. You can watch Tyrone get the knockout victory and prove everyone wrong. Everyone that first fight wasn't a fluke. It was legit. Is
100%.
I'll pass it on to you for the final word. Do you have anyone you're wanting to shout out?
Um, Shout out Bud Ledger, Big Potato, Willy Wonka, uh, Emerald Heath, Let's Glow, and DJK. They're my sponsors, legends, and also everyone get tickets, like you said, for the fight. It's going to be an unbelievable war. You do not want to miss this.
Well, good luck. I can't wait to watch it, and it will be a great event.
100%. All right. Yeah.